Hey guys, well, I have something really special here for you today. I have the one and only Matt Becker with Aston Martin. He is like driving man extraordinaire, chief engineer with the company. And behind us, we have the incredible Aston Martin DBS Superleggera, which I'm super pumped to see in person. So I figured this is the man to talk to about the car. And I wanted to know if you could tell me a few things about the beast, about your new baby.
Yeah, sure. I mean, starting with the kind of the heart of the car is the engine. So the engine is pumped up to 715 horsepower, 725 PS, 900 newton meters of torque, and that's from 1800 RPM. So 1800 to 5000 RPM, it has 900 newton meters of torque. So it's a monster in terms of level of performance.
715 horsepower. It's a tremendous amount of horsepower, and these massive air intakes it's just very purposeful, right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you look at the face of the car as well, I mean, the size of the front grille is the size of that because it needs that amount of air to go through it to cool the engine.
It's tremendous. So when you have DB11 and then you have the transformation with the DBS, I mean, there must be so many things that have to go in to the vehicle to make it more acute and more drivable and make it, handle that amount of horsepower. I mean, what some of the suspension things that might have had to go into that?
Yeah, so in terms of the chassis tune, so the spring rates and anti-roll bar stiffness has been increased over where DB11 is, because this is our Super GT. So what we're doing with the cars now is the DB11 is a GT car, it's a gentleman.
Yeah.
You have the Vantage, which is the Hunter.
Yeah.
And you have this, which is the kind of the brute, the suit, as it's described. So fundamentally what we want to do is to shift the character of the car to make it more agile, make it more engaging than a DB11. And it's not to say the DB11 is not engaging, but we need this to be pushing it more towards where the Vantage is in terms of agility, feel and responsiveness.
Incredible. So I just, as I walk around this, I see so many things that are kind of unique. The wheels now, 21 inch.
Yeah, so in terms of, because the designers wanted the car to look kind of more aggressive than DB11. So one of the methods of doing that is to increase the wheel size. So we've gone from a 20-inch wheel on DB11 to a 21-inch on this car. Also, what we've changed, we've gone to Pirelli, bespoke Pirelli P0 tyres, 265 front, 305 rear. So it's a 10mm increase in width relative to DB11. Going to Pirelli is a slightly higher performance tyre than the Bridgestone we use on DB11. The other technology we use in this car, because it still needs to be GT, is this called PNCS, it's Pirelli Noise Cancellation System. And basically what it is foam within the tyre that reduces some of the tyre resonance or cavity noise to make sure we still have the road noise performance of the car is still where it needs to be for a GT.
Wow. And another thing that I immediately, it was quite apparent, are this, DB11 wasn't available with the carbon ceramic brakes, and now we have not only carbon ceramics, they just look massive, tremendous in size.
Yeah, so the CCB brakes are the latest generation of carbon brakes. And fundamentally they've been, so the same carbon brakes that we fit on as an option on Vantage is fitted onto this car. So obviously, the level of performance this car has, you need this size of brakes. You have to have carbon brakes on it because it's a 211 miles per hour car.
211 miles an hour. When was 200 miles an hour not fast enough? Right?
People always want more.
I guess.
But with 211 miles per hour and this level of acceleration, you have to imagine that if you're on a track or anywhere, the distance between the stops is much shorter, i.e. because you get to the next corner quicker.
Yeah.
So the amount of energy you need to be able to dissipate through the brakes, it means you have to have carbon brakes on it.
It's beautiful, and the style of the wheels and the style of the car. It's just, again, it's so purposeful. Another thing I noticed, the aero blade system seems to be really, for the lack of a better term, jacked up from what I've previously seen on DB11. It's really, really large. I guess there's more air was traveling through this?
Yeah, so basically what it is, this is what we call Aero Blade 2. So it's an evolution of what was on, or what is on DB11. So it has a fixed blade at the rear, but also what it does is the kind of opening aperture of the bag or the exhaust is double the size of what DB11 is. So what it does is actually on the rear of this car is 120 kilos of downforce at Vmax. On the front of the car it's 60 kilos of downforce. If you compare that to DB11 is around 20 kilos on the rear. So it's a massive increase.
It's like large enough I can stick my whole hand into the. Yeah.
It's a neat feature, but all the extra aero performance is achieved without any penalty on drag. So the drag value of this car is exactly the same as what DB11 is. So it's a significant increase. But when you've got a car that we wanted to push the agility and kind of corner performance of the car, aerodynamics is one method of achieving that.
Well, this seems to be the big it thing in the industry right now. Is we figured out horsepower. I mean, brands like Dodge can make powerful vehicles these days, but it's putting the power down effectively so you can get a car to go less fast.
Yeah.
And it's things like this that are just, it's next level, is what it is.
Yeah. But we have to be, considerate to our customers as well. So some of our German customers, for instance, they will go and do VMAX on the road. You have to make sure the car is absolutely pinned and stable to be able to do that. And
Well,
this car's really
in Canada, we don't do that very often,
No.
unless we're on the track,
Yeah.
and then we get to have fun with them. But, I am very jealous of those customers in Germany who get to hit VMAX on the road. Well, in any case, Matt, this was a pleasure.
Yeah.
Matt Becker, one of my heroes. Pleasure meeting him in person and chatting with him on DBS.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys on the next one.